Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2018 Beauty Favorites of the Year series. I guess that's what we're calling this. I did do this series last year and I have had so many of you saying that you absolutely loved it and requests. I've had so many requests to do it again this year. So we are of course going to be doing it again this year. Basically, if you haven't seen any of these videos before, this is a really condensed breakdown version of the products that I have loved the most and used the most throughout the entire year. And I separate them into categories. So each video in the series is, a particular category. So primers, foundations, concealers, you get the gist. So in today's video, we are of course doing primers. If you are not subscribed, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and let's jump into the absolute best of the best primers for 2018. All right, so quickly, I did just want to mention, for those of you who are new here, I do have an oily skin type. A lot of these primers are great for, normal skin types and dry skin types as well, but primarily these are the primers that work the best for me. So I've got oily textured skin. I have a lot of issues with foundations that are breaking up during the day. It's really, really important to me to have a primer that doesn't, disturb the way that my foundation looks, sits, or lasts, and also one that keeps me matte. So just putting that out there so that we know exactly what we're heading into. For all of you who have been here for a while, you guys already know the story. I think maybe I'll do all of the higher end ones first and then we'll do the drugstore ones last. Yeah, let's do that. Firstly, and nobody is going to be surprised about this whatsoever, and I couldn't not include it because then it wouldn't be truthful, the Hourglass Mineral Veil. This has pretty much been in my yearly favorites, yearly favorite primers, most used primers for 4 or 5 years. I just absolutely adore this stuff. It's got a very, very lightweight, thin consistency. It is quite white, so just bear in mind, if you are picking this one up, it can leave a bit of a white cast on the skin. It goes away eventually, but it definitely you can definitely see it. It's a very, very lightweight, sort of slippery kind of feeling primer when you initially apply it, but then it does dry down. Doesn't absorb into the skin, but it kind of dries down and sets, and it is just incredible under foundation. I find that my foundation underneath this, you just can't go wrong with it. It's so smoothing. It keeps you mattified. It really, really helps it last all day long. I love, love, love this stuff. It does come in a bunch of different sizes. You can get a little mini one. This is the medium, and then there is a big tube of it as well. You can get it from Mecca Maxima stores here in Australia, the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. Still to this day, if you are an oily skin person and you're struggling to get your makeup to last all day long, try this out. I promise it'll change your life. Next up, the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Primer. I have absolutely loved this one this year as well. I did test this out at the end of last year. Worthy of mentioning, it does have a very, very strong peach scent. I know that there are some of you who absolutely, despise the scent of peach. I personally love it. I'm here for it. Comes in a little squeezy tube, but it does have a pump applicator. This one has somewhat of a slight smoothing feel to the skin, sort of that silicone kind of feel when you apply it, but it dries down so ridiculously matte, already on the back of my hand that's dried down, and hopefully you can see, you probably won't be able to tell on camera, it leaves a really mattified appearance on the skin. Definitely blurs, definitely mattifies, definitely controls shine, definitely makes your makeup last longer. I really, really love this primer. It's their Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. I don't really think it has much of a cooling sensation. It does, however, smell friggin' incredible. It's so lightweight. It just keeps everything locked in. It's a beautiful, beautiful primer. If you love Too Faced, if you love peach things, if you love scented things, if you love cute packaging, this is definitely a really, really good option, especially if you've got oily skin. So the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. There are a couple of things. I was very iffy with this one. So there are a couple of reasons. I don't like the fact that I have to scoop it out. I don't know. Call me a princess. I don't find it hygienic. I like to pump a primer, onto the back of my hand or, into my fingertips and then apply it. I don't like to have to dig it out. This is a newer one. I have gone through an entire one of these. It's kind of like a balm texture, and you can see I've used this one a few times already. You can see the divot in the center from me digging the product out. It did come with a little, thingy to be able to do that, but I just find that painful. I don't want to have to carry that around. But this is a really, really beautiful, again, just totally perfecting primer. It's super, super lightweight on the skin, but at the same time, it really just, any foundation over this looks so much better, like absolutely so much better. It feels like actual silk on the skin. Like I understand why they called it the silk canvas. Really, really good if you, get shiny and oily like myself. Really, really good if your foundation doesn't last very long. It's just a really, really beautiful primer. I do wish, maybe they could bring it out in like a pump. I mean, obviously the formula would be completely different, so I don't know if that would work, but I love this primer. It really does do the job. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful, but I'd like it in a pump. I would. And then lastly for the high end, probably second to the Mineral Veil, this is my most used high-end primer for the year. This is the Dermalogica Skin Perfect Primer. So this primer is cool for a couple of different reasons. It does have skin smoothing benefits, the same way that all of those other primers do. So when you apply it to the skin and then apply your foundation over the top, everything just looks better. Like your pores look smaller, your texture looks reduced, your fine lines, it just preps everything so that your foundation goes on nice and smoothly. So it does all of that. It's also got an SPF of 30, so it's really, really good as an everyday primer for skin protection as well. But the other thing that I love about this one is it's got anti-aging ingredients in the formula. It is like the ultimate skincare hybrid primer kind of a thing, and it smells so good and it feels so good and it works so well. So this one is tinted. It's not heavily tinted, and it does have more of like that silicone-y kind of slippery feel, and it's also got it's sort of tricky to see, but it's got like pearl pigments in it as well. So it just, even if you wanted to wear it by itself and nothing else, it does look really, really nice on the skin. I know that whenever I go in and get a facial at Dermalogica, they always put this on my skin afterwards, and I sort of walk out and I'm like, damn, I'm not wearing any makeup, but like, damn. So again, super, super lightweight on the skin, and hopefully you can kind of see it is so blurred. Like my skin is all textured here, but here where I've applied that primer, it is so, so blurred. It smells absolutely incredible. Dermalogica puts a lot of essential oils and stuff in their skincare, and if I could have this in a diffuser, I would literally die. Works beautifully under foundation, works beautifully with oily skin. When I wear this primer underneath my foundation, my makeup lasts a really, really long time. It looks perfect. It stays shine free. It stays matte. It stays transfer proof. It's magic. Literally this is magic. The fact that it can do so many things, I'm on board. All right, so that is it for the high-end primers. I've got 3 drugstore primers here, and one of these in particular actually, I'm so blown away by how good it is. Let's talk about that one first. So I'm talking about this one from CoverGirl. So this is the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Pore Minimizing Primer. I know, there's a lot of words in there. This is an absolutely amazing primer. I cannot get enough of it, and I only tested it, I probably only used it for the first time maybe 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, not heaps and heaps of time, and hands down, it is totally one of the best primers that I tried this year. So the formula of this one is interesting. It's more of a moisturizer cream kind of a formula. It doesn't have a slippery feel, even though it is a skin smoothing product, and it definitely smooths the skin and, makes everything look and feel just incredible. It smells beautiful and fresh. It's very, very lightweight. It doesn't leave any sort of greasy, sort of oily residue, and it dries down. I'm just sort of waiting for it to absorb because that was a whole lot for such a small area. It dries down to this beautiful, matte, perfect, flawless finish. Even this is another product, even when you wear it alone without applying foundation on top, it looks so nice on the skin. And oh my goodness, does your foundation last with this on? It's not even a product that's meant to be for, shine or for oil control or anything. It controls oils so well, honestly so well, and definitely any foundation over the top of these will last so much longer during the day. It's oil free, it helps with shine, it helps with longevity, and it also definitely minimizes pores, fine lines, texture, all that kind of stuff. I love this. And then lastly, I've got these 2 here. Now I'm showing you these 2 together because I'm pretty well convinced that they're exactly the same thing. Same packaging, they're both made in the same place, they work exactly the same, they feel exactly the same, the formula's the same. I feel like they're the same thing. So it's the Maybelline Superstay Makeup Extending Primer. That's what they call it, and it's the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Primer. These are incredible. For affordable drugstore primers, oh my goodness. They feel so incredibly lightweight on the skin. They control texture like no other. So incredibly lightweight on the skin. They really, really mattify. They really control shine. They wear beautifully under foundation. They reduce pores. They reduce texture. They do absolutely everything that I would want in a primer Interesting formula actually, and I've put a fair bit on the back of my hand so that you can see. Very liquidy. See how that's sort of like running down the back of my hand? Now, a noticeable difference between the two. So that was a L'Oreal. This is the Maybelline. I'll put it next to it. They're both the same formula, but the Maybelline's got like a very slight tint to it. Very, very liquidy formula. I remember when I first opened it and like tested it, I was like, is this faulty? Like, why is it so runny? Primers are not this runny. Don't worry guys, it's meant to be that way. But as you rub it into the skin, they like activate, like, and they're so, like, I cannot even begin to tell you how lightweight these feel. Like, you don't even, like, honestly, you put this on, you don't even think you put a primer on. You're like, there's nothing on my skin. My skin's clean. It's so weird. It's nearly like it, I don't know, completely absorbs weirdly, but it activates kind of as it dries and it smooths everything out and it turns into like this really, it's nearly like a grippy, like satin matte kind of a finish on the skin. It just looks and feels beautiful. I don't find them to be drying on the skin at all. I don't find them to be uncomfortable. I don't find them to leave like an, nasty residue. Like, I really hate putting foundation on and I feel like I need to wash my face. Like you've got like that sort of, it's like a greasy, oily kind of feeling on the skin. Like it's awful. It feels terrible. Well, this will not do that at all. It just feels like skin. Somehow, completely invisible, barely there, cannot feel primer, makes your makeup last so much longer. Like, it's crazy. So if you hate the feeling of, primers with like silicone sort of slippery kind of textures, or you hate primers that make you feel like you're wearing primers, I would definitely recommend either of these. And you choose which one you want. You choose which one is available where you live, in what country that you are in. You choose one based on the price because I think that they are exactly the same. They work exactly the same. They're both amazing. So there you have it, guys. That is it for my top favorite primers for 2018. I want to know, was there any surprises in there? Did any of you think that I chose primers that you didn't think that I would? Or did I leave out a primer that you thought I would include? I always love talking about that stuff because I feel like you guys know me really, really well and it's just fun. So let me know in the comments and also let me know what your favorite primer for 2018 was. I would love to know. If I don't have it, I clearly need it because you guys have got really, really good taste in makeup. So yes, I hope that you enjoyed the first video in the series. Next up, we're going to be doing foundations. Everybody loves the foundation one. Everybody loves it. Ooh, and I'm going to do skincare this year. I didn't do skincare last year. We're going to do skincare this year. But yes, I love you all so, so much. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will catch you all in the next one.